Hello and a very warm welcome. Charles Leclerc 3 in a row. Vettel had pole, makes mistakes, and Leclerc steals it off him. And Lewis Hamilton, what an effort that is to get to second place. Charles Leclerc 3 in a row. Qualifying reaction for the Singapore Grand Prix. They've just crossed the line. I react. No footage. I'm getting tired of saying that. I cannot believe we're in 2019. People still think you can still see the footage, even though it says reaction in the title. Unbelievable. But let's get into it. Leclerc, what a lap. He's going to be a world champion as Charles Leclerc. Oh my goodness. Perez will take a 5-place grid penalty. Hit the wall in practice 3. Big error by Perez. He hit the wall in Italy, hit the wall in Singapore. 5-place penalty for the Mexican. Q1, Bottas is quickest. Gasly, P9, outqualifies Kvyat. Superb by Gasly. Q2, Kimi Raikkonen hits the wall hard. Very hard indeed. He was lucky not to get a puncture. Norris puts in a brilliant lap. Giovinazzi beats Kimi. Ferrari are 1-2. They were going to struggle around this track, you know, Ferrari. Oh yeah. And then Q3, Vettel, severely under pressure, mistake after mistake. I wanted Sebastian Vettel to get pole. I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, but realistically he was never going to get pole. I actually wanted Vettel to get pole. I literally wanted him to put the finger up to his doubters. I am still a good driver. But he was quickest run 1, and then run 2 comes. Charles Leclerc puts in an absolute worldie. Vettel aborts his lap. He was first out there, but he aborted his lap, came in the pits. Leclerc and Hamilton went quickest. And I've got to say, no bias towards Lewis Hamilton. He was a second off on run 1, and he's come back and pulled in a worldie. What a world champion he is. Singapore qualifier got an old woman's teeth in today. Singapore qualifying reaction. Charles Leclerc 3 in a row. And I must express, no footage, please. I sound like a stuck record. Qualifying star, it's got to be Charles Leclerc, 3 in a row, outstanding. So, pole position, Charles Leclerc. He's won the last 2 races, 3 poles in a row. In the form of his life is the Monegasque. Lewis Hamilton, P2. Now that is a great effort. Considering after run 1 he was a second behind, he stuck it on the second row. He is a class driver. Sebastian Vettel, P3, looked like he was going to silence his critics, looked like he had pole, but 2 world-class laps by Leclerc and Hamilton. Vettel will start 3rd. He's a bit of a Singapore specialist, is Sebastian. Max, P4, ahead of a Mercedes. P4 for Max. Not great, but not the worst. Bottas is P5 once again, nowhere near Hamilton. Bottas, I mean, he just doesn't push Hamilton, does he? So Alexander Albon, P6, not bad. At least he's in the top 6 and not behind a McLaren or Renault. Carlos Sainz, best of the rest, he's 7th. Daniel Ricciardo, 8th, ahead of his German teammate. Nico Hülkenberg, 9th, a guy who might not have a seat. What is going on? Nico Hülkenberg without a seat. What the fuck? Consistent always is Nick. Oh, Hülkenberg, I don't understand that. Lando Norris 10th. Now that's a bit of a howler. He was brilliant in Q2, but when it comes to the crunch, where he's got to set that lap, don't know what happened to Norris. He's not going to be happy with 10th. When he should be up there with Sainz. Should be 7th and 8th McLaren. Sergio Perez 11th. I suppose we might as well do it in order, seeing we got a penalty, so Perez won't be 11th. Giovinazzi 11th, outqualifies Kimi Raikkonen. So Perez will drop to 16th. Gasly will be 12th. He was brilliant for me. Kimi Raikkonen 13th, hit the wall. Magnussen 14th. 15th, Danny Kvyat. And then will come Perez. Perez takes a grid penalty because he hit the wall. In practice 3. Lance Stroll 17th, had an amazing race at Italy, but again knocked out in Q1 as usual. Grosjean New deal for the Haas driver, he is 18th. George Russell 19th, and Kubica, who is leaving Williams, is last. And pretty standard, the last two, because Williams are shit. So there we have it. Qualifying reaction done. Race reaction tomorrow and driver ratings. Leave your comments down below, we'll always reply. And what do you think of this track? I've got to be honest, I'm not a great fan of this track. It looks good, it looks glamorous, but I'm not a great fan of this track. To think Germany's going off the calendar, and we've got France, which is always a boring race, Russia's always a boring race, and Singapore. Yet the race of the season was Germany, yet Germany's not on the calendar next year. Baffling to me. Absolutely baffling, but leave it in the comments. I want to know your thought. That is the topic today, really. What do you think of the Singapore track? I wish I could put a vote on my videos, like what do you think of the Singapore track, but do you need so many subscribers to do that? I'm not sure. But there we have it. Qualifying reaction done. No footage. I mean, why? I don't understand. Singapore qualifying reaction. Why do people think they can see the footage? I've done this for years and years and years. It's my reaction, qualifying reaction, race reaction, driver ratings. Subscribe to F1 channel. You will see the footage when they bring it out of the highlights of the race. These are reactions. You can't show the footage. I sound like a parrot. I'm off. Charles Leclerc makes it 3 in a row and is on pole for the Singapore Grand Prix. Join me tomorrow for race reaction. Adios. Looking forward to the race. It's going to be a hot one. Humidity at its top. 2 hours racing. You need so much concentration. One mistake, you're in the wall. It's very hot here in the UK as well. Adios. Thanks for watching. Get them comments in. We'll always reply. And if you're quick, I'll pin it in the top of the comments. Adios.